Okay, we spoke about the three ideas in the Mishnah of Torah, Avodah, V'Gimilas Chasadim. These three are the foundational aspects of Avodas Hashem that Rav Gershon says we have to work on during this time of the year. And then he writes like this: a person must think to themselves, what is my chayv, what is my obligation in my world with Hashem, ke'es, right now. We have a very gigantic job that is in front of us. We have to become complete in the areas of Torah, in Avodah, Tefillah, and Avas Chesed, and doing Chesed for others. Says of Gershon Edelstein, the trusted path to be able to accomplish greatness in these three areas is you must be someone that learns Mussar. He learns works that will inspire him and open his mind to be able to understand what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from him. He's talking to the boys in Panovich, and in Panovich Yeshiva they have a half an hour Seder, 30 minutes a day. They're supposed to learn Mussar. Zehu minimum. This is the minimum necessity that a person has in the day, in his day to day, is to learn at least a half an hour of Mussar. There's people who need more than a half an hour of Mussar a day to perfect themselves and work on themselves. A person must know she'ein ze midas chasidus. Learning Mussar is not like above and beyond the letter of the law. It is essential and necessary for everyone. Every single person. It's essential, it's imperative that we learn Mussar, we work on ourselves, we break the bad midos that we have, we conquer the Yetzer Haras, we have a bigger vision of what it means, who we are as a person, and what we could accomplish. Not like those people who think I could come late to Mussar Seder in Yeshiva. Learning Mussar doesn't interest them. They're not interested in learning Mussar. Learning Mussar is very interesting. But it depends on the person themselves who's learning. If he loves to receive the rebuke that he will find inside of Mussar, so then a Mussar Sefer will be very interesting. If he's allergic to Mussar, if he's allergic to Teichach, he's allergic to growing and to changing, becoming a better person, then Mussar Seder in Yeshiva or any place that a person learns Mussar is going to be not very interesting at all. I remember once in Yeshiva, there were two guys that were talking, and they wanted to, it was earlier in the day, and they said they wanted to make up a time to speak with each other. So one says to the other, oh, we'll meet you after Mincha. I have nothing else going on during that time anyway. So after Mincha is Mussar Seder in Yeshiva. That's when you sit down and learn Mussar. So this guy, who believe me, he needed a lot of Mussar, this fellow, he said, no, I have nothing going on after Mincha. We can sit down and we can talk during that time. So that's what he's saying over here. He's saying that chas v'chalila, that a person would abandon something that is essential in their life, that is something that is hechrechi, it's a necessity. Just like you wouldn't say, well, I don't need oxygen right now because I'll take care of it later. You need oxygen every single moment. The 30 minutes, the 20 minutes, the 10 minutes, the 5 minutes that a person has to learn Mussar on a daily basis, he cannot give that up because it's something that is a necessity. It's not enough what you learn while you're learning the Mussar. Even after you learn, you have to stop. You have to think. What did I learn? How does it apply to me? What is my obligation in the world? The Vilna Gaon writes, people learn Mussar all the time, and they never nispoil, they never get excited, they're never filled with wonder as a result of it, and they never change. Because after they learn, they forget about it. It was nice while you're sitting there learning, it's nice, it's exciting, a little inspiration, but once you close out the book and once you walk away, So then it's over. The Mussar is over. And Masichim das mizeh, they take the mind off. If it's tzarich gam li'achar limud li'izbayna v'lachshe ma'chiyuvim, and therefore after a person learns, they have to stop, they have to think, what's my obligation? Hamutalim alai ke'es, right now. What does HaKadosh Baruch Hu want me now? Not tomorrow, not next week. What did He want from me last year? But today, Wednesday evening, 8:22 in the evening, what does the Rebbeinu Shalom want from me right this moment? So Rav Gershon Eroshni was Rosh Yeshiva Panovich. Panovich prided itself with some of the greatest mashkichim in Ruchnius that Klal Yisrael had seen maybe in the last 100 years. The first and foremost perhaps was Rav Yecheskel Levenstein. Zecher Tzadik Livrachi was a man that was known to be filled with so much Yirah Shamayim and so much Teichoches Mussar that his face itself, if you would see his face, it was etched with that yirah, with that fear and that awe of Hashem. So what happens? He would always think and he would look deeper into things. What am I obligated to do right now? That's the person who has to live with these ideas in his mind. What is my obligation now? And he tells over a beautiful story. He says that towards the end of Chatzkel Levenstein's life, he was very shvach, he was very weak, he didn't have a lot of koiches left, and he couldn't even come to yeshiva anymore. He was so weak, he couldn't come to yeshiva. This is a man that never missed a minyan, he never missed the time to learn, he never missed the Mussar shmuz. And at the end of his life, he was so weak, he couldn't come to yeshiva. Imagine the tsar, the pain that he had inside of him. So he said once, I guess one of his Talmidim, Reb Dovid Zangervitz was there, and he asked him, Mani Chai Lasais Keis. So Reb Chatzkel Levenstein, the elderly sage of Panovich, the mashkiach who had given Mussar for years and years and years, he asked one of his Talmidim, what am I supposed to be doing right now? I can't go to yeshiva, I can't give my shir, I can't learn the way that I will. What am I supposed to do? So he said, immediately he answered him the following pasuk from Tehillim: V'yizbainenu chazdei Hashem. Delve into and think about all of the chesed, all the kindness that Hashem does for you. Umiyad, immediately, his chila mashkiach Rav Chatzkel Levenstein began thinking to himself, v'nizke v'chasadim sh'asim ha'kodesh baruch hu b'mei aldus, and he began thinking about all the chasadim, all the kindness that Hashem did with him from the time that he was a child. He didn't wait. He didn't say, okay, I'll do that tomorrow. It's a nice idea. Miyad. A Baal Mussar is miyad. He knows that if he just delays even a second, the Yitzhar is going to get his ugly little head inside of there and he's going to take him away from what he wants to do. So here's an old man who spent his life serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he heard what he has to do. Miyad, immediately, maschil, he begins thinking to himself, how am I going to be with kindness? And he did it. And therefore says Rav Chatzkel Levenstein that a person who's working on these three areas of his life, the thing that's going to help you along the most is if you make sure that you're learning Mussar every single day.